Hello there. It is 9:41 on Saturday, September 28th. This is our first episode of Shop and Agent, where I bring to you vendors that are inside of our area as well as business owners. So I have Zachary Toohey with the Southwest Sharks, who is just now joining us. I'm also going to be bringing in Don Campbell from Trust Roofing, and he's going to be talking about all things roof. Now, we are waiting on Don to connect with us right now, and I know that he has a big group of people that are living in his house because we just took out a storm, and he is being such a wonderful trooper and a great neighbor and friend. And some people in his neighborhood just didn't survive the storm very well, so they're all shacked up at his place. So we're waiting on him to connect here in just a minute.
I am here.
To get started, I want to quickly just go ahead and introduce. We have Zachary Toohey here. He's joining us live on the Zoom broadcast today. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, Zachary. So tell me a little bit about what's your situation like after the storm? Like what's happening with you personally? Are you okay? Is everything, are you pretty much unaffected by the storm?
Yeah, so currently I am on Siesta Key right now. We've been on Lido Key this morning, and Siesta Key right now. Lido Key has no water, so we are kind of dead in the water over there. But I'm contracted out through Custom Vacation Homes and Prime Rentals out here, and we have over 240 properties that we have to get knocked out. So we are extremely busy. Me personally, in Sarasota is where I live, and we were just maybe some debris in the backyard. We weren't affected that bad at all. But Lido was affected pretty bad, obviously, as you know, and Siesta right now it's not too bad where we're at right now, but we're going to be out here for the next couple of weeks and trying to do everything that we can to help our customers out.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'd love to hear all of the support that we get in our area. And I always tell people, the best thing that you can do for yourself when you move to any area is get to know your neighbors. Make sure that, you've got a really great connection with them, because staying ahead of the storm and also keeping your mental health in check while the storm's going through, because we all know watching the Weather Channel is what everybody's going to do. But, it doesn't always keep the sanity, because we always look at the news reports and read the headlines, and sometimes they can be true for the area, and sometimes they can be a bit dramatic. Luckily for me, they were a little bit dramatic, being in my area of Sarasota. But Don, I want to bring light to your area as well, because as I said right before you connected, I know that you're out in the field as well. You're tarping roofs, you're taking in friends and family that, haven't survived the storm, or their house is now underwater. So tell me about your current situation that you have going on right now.
Hey, good morning. Thanks. Yeah, for me, I'm up in the North Pinellas County area right now. I'm actually outside in my truck because my house is full. So we have two families that I live in Crystal Beach, which is on the water in Palm Harbor. And by the grace of God, we did not get storm surge. But our neighbors did. Two have lost everything. One was a one-story home that they've been in for 28 years. They lost everything.
Wow.
The storm surge. So I have done the last, 24 hours, really, I've done less roofing and more support for friends and family. But then also two people on my team, one that lives on Clearwater Beach, hasn't even back to his home yet. He had lost everything. They had an emergency evacuation by like the first responders. Thank God for first responders in our communities, right? Like, it's unbelievable. It's without a doubt, I don't know what we do. Thank God that we have that in place as a nation, that we can rely on that. But so he lost everything. He sent me a text this morning about like, he has a high level of responsibility at Trust Roofing. What are we going to do? Yeah. What am I going to do about my work? So there's this hierarchy of needs that get trumped when it comes to like work and response. And a big part of that is family, responding first for yourself and your family, making sure that you're sheltered and safe place. So we're offering that at my home to be like, hey, we're helping people find shelter indefinitely. And then, helping my team and my staff we've had 2 people with complete loss of everything, and then a couple others with significant damage up here. So I think that's going to look like my week. The next week is going to be certainly caring for our clients and our customers, and helping bring some order in this time of chaos. I think that's super important is for us as a company and as men and women that may have not been has much damage done to our homes or to our situation, is for us to be stable and steady and generous, and knowing that the families that were here at my home are probably not going to have a home cooked meal for the foreseeable future. So hey, let's have dinner together and sit at a dining room table last night and find some joy in the middle of this kind of chaotic time.
Absolutely. And, that's such a great resource, and that's why it's so important to getting to know who your neighbor is and having that conversation, getting their contact information. So if something happens in your home, you can have, somebody that's right next door that, might be dealing with the same, or they might have a safe ground for you to be able to escape whatever's happening in your area. So let's actually dive right now into a little bit about who Trust Roofing is, where you guys are located and based out of, and what that roofing timeline and process now look like with our current weather climate?
Well, for us, so our footprint's pretty large. So we are from Hernando County to Collier County, all the way out to the edge of Osceola County. So we cover a large footprint. I would say 90% of our work is going to be Hillsborough, Pinellas, Manatee, Sarasota is where the majority of our work is. For us as a company, I think a little different. A lot of roofing companies in the current roofing climate are roofing guys that or companies that have a roofing license, and they market themselves as a roofing company, and then they use a lot of third-party labor. And that model works for a lot of people. It just doesn't happen to be our model. Our model is that we have our own crews that work for Trust Roofing and only Trust Roofing. These are our team. They're our employees, like legitimately on our payroll, not through a third party agency that we pay for their workman's comp. We pay for their health care. It's a little bit different. I'll say it's not, it's really a lot different in this industry because the labor in roofing is where the majority of the expenses are. So we have a little bit of a higher cost on that, but we end up with a better product, better service. And it's not always perfect. My goodness, as long as there's people involved, there's going to be imperfections. But man, we're really trying to do something different in the industry so that we can respond where a lot of companies, because their labor is being outsourced by several different companies, they'll get 10, 12, 15, 18 weeks behind schedule, where we're never more than, even in the busiest time after the Hurricane Debbie that went through earlier, we never were behind more than 3 or 4 weeks to be able to deploy crews to, high urgent scenarios, but also just being able to control the labor and have a place where our team shows up and then is launched from each and every day is critical in this business.
And I have to say, working with Trust Roofing has been one of the most valuable assets that I can bring into my real estate business, because you're not only, I mean, it's all in the name, it's all in trust. And I trust you guys. I trust you to handle all of my clients like family and to take care of their property and go above and beyond. So when there are mishaps, like things like gutter damage that certainly do happen when it comes to roof installs, you guys were not only on it, you guys were like 10 steps ahead. You had already ordered gutter, to be reinstalled on a client's home of mine, with the like littlest thing that can happen, even if it's not a big deal to the client, it was a big deal to you. And you guys always went above and beyond. And I want to say to any of the viewers that are going to be out there, I really do trust Trust Roofing. And Don has been a wonderful, wonderful person to have gotten to know, both personally and in business. And I will say, one of the really cool features of technology in today's world is that when I have a property that a buyer is just interested in, we're not necessarily writing up offers, but we're interested in this property and we know it needs a new roof, I can send over that address to Don, and within a day, I usually have a full report with a roofing quote, all roofing materials and everything that's there so that I can use that for negotiation. So, Don, for you, how has technology changed the way that it's been rooted and installed in your business?
Well, the technology piece is like for that scenario you just described. What a service that used to be. You'd have to drive out and make arrangements. It just and it, as we know in the Bay Area, traffic, it could be 3 or 4 days before you could get that type of report, and you need a now negotiation tool. So we were really trying to hone in on to get that down to within a few hours. So one of the technologies we use is called Eagle View. Eagle View is a fantastic product. We ended up, partnering with them because they can give me a detailed description, and that technology. And for people that are, looking to, I need a ballpark figure, or hey, there's some people, hey, I'm buying a house, I'm coming in from California, I'm buying a home, and I know it needs a new roof and I want to get it done. So what, not only do we have the technology for those scenarios that you described, and then maybe a out of state buyer, or overseas buyer, uh, and then we can provide the quote, we can actually start to execute on that project. And as you know, we've even worked out at different scenarios where we get paid at closing. So we're at the size of a company that we don't need deposits to actually execute the work. We can, we have a little bit of a float time in there. We all ultimately need to get paid. Of course, we're not lenders, but
Sure.
we really can add a lot of value to a real estate transaction on either side when we can say, hey, we can wait on our portion so that this transaction goes smoothly. I think that adds so much value to real estate transactions in our current climate for sure.
It definitely makes it really easy, especially being so flexible. Normally, a part of our process when we're looking at a re-roof is we have to put a contract into place prior to closing, and then it has to be completely closed out, paid in full 60 days after closing. So, with the real estate industry and teaming with somebody who's just going to be right there on the dot, taking care of your people, I've definitely had a really great experience, worked multiple homes with Trust Roofing. So, talk to me about some roofing materials. We all know shingle, tile, and then metal roofing is, our industry standards for residential housing. But how do we choose which one is right for us or right for the home based on not being in an HOA community where we all know if we're buying in an HOA community, you have to go through the HOA, and a lot of times they only allow one or possibly two options for you. So what does the roofing choices look like for the average homeowner as far as like what materials should I choose? What's the typical lifespan, roof versus maybe cost as well as for those materials?
One of the things that, so the good news about the roofing industry is technology has changed. The products they're better than they were even 10 years ago. The types of underlayments that are available today are different and better quality than they used to be. And so that's a good thing for longevity. Um, so communities, for example, we do a lot of work in Lakewood Ranch, where Lakewood Ranch has a deed restrictions. If you're in a tile community, you need to be in a tile roofing community, right? You have to replace your roof with a new tile roof. And so in those scenarios, what we find is there's a building minimum, a building code minimum, which is you need to put a single ply system down, and single ply underlayment, excuse me, down, and then install the new tile roof on top of that. And that is typically what, oh gosh, I want to say in the high 90% of contractors offer their clients. We, based on what the manufacturers of the tile roofing industry suggest, is, hey, you should actually be doing a two-ply system And you can do a 2-ply system, which would be a base peel and stick layer, and then a secondary base peel and stick layer on top of that. So why that's important is because on a tile roof, for example, most people don't know that for, 10 or 12% more, you might save yourself $60,000 or $70,000 because your tile roof price might be $70,000. And if you put a single ply system and have to do it every 20 years, my gosh, you're going to, it's just a lot of money. But if you can spend a 10 or 12% more on the replacement on the front side and do a 2-ply system, we can see that roof lasting up to 35 to 40 years because the underlayment on a tile roof is the most critical portion. So you can do maintenance in 20 years on your mortar and some things like that, and then get another 20 years out of your roof if you use a 2-ply system. And with the cost of roofing going up, almost all of our premium clients choose that option. Every one of them. I mean, there's just for 12% more, I can double my warranty. Our warranty starts at 20 years on that product, for example. So there's a variety of things that go into selecting the right system with your roof, where, there's a lot of roofers out there that just do roofing. The shingle market, for example, is very competitive. Everybody does shingles, but it's also, and everybody buys the shingles from the same bulk, ABC Supply, Beacon Supply, Suncoast Supply. All of us have access to that, but I want to touch back on the labor. So whether you're working on a shingle roof, a metal roof, tile roof, or a flat, like a TPO type system, having control of the labor, that you're not paying these guys, your crew, by how quickly they get the job done. Because what we see in the industry is people blow in, blow up, blow out, and they leave behind an inferior product, which is great for companies like us because we focus on a variety of repair work. But for the most part, if you have the resources to have really, really good installation done, the products can last so much longer.
Beautiful.
So one thing
Yeah.
I like it. Sorry, I liken it to this, Kelly. So for example, at a restaurant, you could go buy organic chicken, you can go buy all the best and freshest vegetables, and you can have an average line cook put that together as a meal and put it on a plate. Or you can take those same ingredients and take it to somebody that's a real craftsman or a chef, and take those same ingredients and turn it into something beautiful and memorable. And the roofing industry, that sounds so simplified, but the roofing industry can actually be the same thing. You can take the same products that are available and turn it into a masterpiece and not just another roofing project.
Yeah, and I definitely know that, there's so much that comes into play with having, you know, a new roof and thinking about, as far as an owner, if I'm buying a property and I have to re-roof it, like what am I getting into as far as like the longevity, the cost versus, the lifespan. And the thing is, even though you might not live in that house for 30, 40 years and you're putting down that extra bit of underlayment, the problem is a lot of people don't see the true value of that extra 10 to 12% being that your home's value in order to get that property sold later when your time is ready to move on from there, it works out in your favor. So you're gonna always benefit from having additional life in that roof, because every roof, when it comes to buying, needs to at least have 5 years of life left in order to bind your insurance. So without having that insurance being able to be bound, that's where I come into play, and that's where I bring my fellow contractors like Trust Roofing into play, because I need an A team to back me up, provide great quotes, provide great service, because I'm not making any headways, or I'm not going to be front of mind if I'm passing off all these really ridiculous vendors that aren't really taking care of my people. So Don, I know that you're on limited time today. You're out in the field and getting those roofs tarped and helping friends and family remain safe. So thank you so much for your time. I'm going to go ahead and introduce with Zachary here. It looks like he might have just taken a little break while we were in here. So let me, oh, here he goes.
Awesome.
Zach,
Thank
We
you
saw
guys.
your video. Absolutely, Don. Thank you so
Thanks.
much for being
Yeah,
here.
my pleasure.
So I will be dropping Don's information as well with Trust Roofing below. So everybody's got his contact information. But if you reach out to Trust Roofing, they are based out of Clearwater, Florida. An excellent company to work with. So Zachary Toohey, he is with the Southwest Sharks. He is the owner of Southwest Sharks, and he has pressure washing company. He does multiple services, but I'm going to let him actually talk a little bit about this. And it looks like your video might be off there, Zach. So if you want to just go ahead
Sorry.
and sure, if you want to go ahead and just discuss a little bit about who you are in the business, what areas that you service, and the services that you offer. Are you there?
Can you see me? Is all good?
I can't see you yet.
Yeah, can you see
Like
me?
too. Nah, yeah, there you are.
Okay, sorry about that.
No problem.
Sorry about that. I'm out on the island and the service out here is not that well. So yeah, thank you for the introduction. Yeah, I'm Zach Toohey. I'm with Southwest Sharks. So some of the services that we specialize in are pressure washing, soft washing, paver sealing, paver repair, and epoxy flooring. And so starting off, can you hear me? We all good?
I can hear you, yes. The video is a
Hello?
little bit blotchy, but that's
Okay, we're good.
okay. It's totally understandable.
All right. Specialize in a majority of our work is soft washing and sealing. We serve two divisions. I have one in Parish, one in, so from
Oh, well, it looks like we're losing connection here. We do have Zachary. He's out on the islands, and it has been a monster trying to get connection here. So what he's saying is,
sorry.
oh, there you go. Go ahead. I'm gonna give you the floor.
So sorry.
No problem.
Yeah,
We
so
understand. Their
I don't know what
connection is not awesome right now.
yeah. So I don't know what the last thing that you heard was. We service. I have two divisions. I have one in Parish, and I have in Sarasota, Florida. And the places that we service are from Parish into basically Venice and Osprey.
Beautiful.
That is on the soft wash and paver seal and epoxy side.
Okay.
We've been in business for going on a little bit over 8.
Technical difficulties. It's okay. We're gonna bear with it. So we might actually, Zach, if it's okay with you, we might actually connect at a later time, just you and me, just to make sure that we get your platform and your business out there. Would
Yes, ma'am.
I know you're in a really bad spot right now, and connections are terrible. Honestly, I can't be more understanding about this because, you know, even my own daughter who's in North Carolina, I haven't been able to talk to her since yesterday morning. So like connections, you know, a lot of power is down in the area. We've got cell phone towers that might be disruptive. So you let me know if you want a clear connection. We can maybe postpone this for later on in the day or tomorrow if that works for you. You let me know. But if you're getting, it looks
Yeah,
like
that
videos
might be
from
better.
you. Okay, we can definitely do that. I'm very flexible with that. So just because we're dealing with so much right now, I know you're busy out, you know. So for those that do get a good connection here, what Zachary was saying is he services all the way from Parish down to Venice, and they offer pressure washing, paver sealing, gutter installation. Tell me a little bit more, because I do feel like we have some good connection right at this time.
Yeah. So it's soft pressure wash, paver sealing, paver repair. We don't do gutter installation, but we also do epoxy flooring. So
Oh, beautiful.
that's like our specialty. I do some subcontract work for some of my homeowners. So basically, the easiest way to talk about it is if it's on the exterior of your house, I clean it and I can repair it. that's basically what we go by. And so yeah, our main clients are from Parrish to Osprey and Venice. I do have some larger scale commercial jobs that I go out of town for. I do Grant Cardone's 10X building in Naples. I do a huge retirement home out in Naples. We've landed some big contracts out there. So I'm willing to travel if basically if the business is right and everything lines up good. But yeah, that's basically where we're at right now with the Sharks.
Well, your social platform was amazing. I know you have multiple different employees. How big is your company right now? How many employees do you currently have?
So on payroll right now, we have 5 employees. Like I said, we're a newer business. We have 2 trailers and 2 trucks that we operate, and I have a paver repair like specified team right now. They're not on payroll; they're obviously subbed out, but yeah, we're not a big business, not at all. Like I said, I went into this kind of blindfolded. I'm 28 years old. This is my first time ever stepping out and doing something like this. So I'm just trusting in the Lord and wherever He's going to take this and whatever we got going on. But it's been growing. We've been growing by about 30 to 40,000 every month, and it's just been a blessing to be a part of my dream.
That is amazing. I cannot believe you're only 28 years old. Wow.
Yes,
That is
ma'am. Yes,
that is
ma'am.
incredible. Incredible. I love the journey that you're on. I'm hoping that I can help continue your journey and, give you all the business. And for all those that are watching, Zachary and we had a conversation before this script started, and he's willing to offer 25% off to any of the viewers that are watching this. Just
Yes, ma'am.
mention my name, say you heard it from Kelly. They'll give you 25% off of your home services so that we can hope to grow his business even more. And thank you so much for being on here. I know there was a little bit of dodgy connection in there, but I feel like there was a lot that was really good there at the very end that we heard very crystal clear. So is there any other additional information that you would like to give?
Um, Realistically, the only thing more that I could say is the best thing that the Sharks offer that not a lot of pressure washing companies offer. We're not a one and done business. We don't want to just come wash your house one time. My biggest goal, and with the 350 customers I've had in the last 7 months, is I'm about a relationship. So we do have a contract that we have put in place now to where we will hit you every quarter or every year, and it is based off a monthly price. What I didn't mention in there was, I'm sorry, the hurricane shutters. So we also have a subscription that um, residents just in Sarasota is the only Sarasota, South Bradenton, and that's basically the only areas that we'll hit. It's a list of 250 people. We have about 140 people that are on the list that pay a yearly fee, and we have 4 teams that go out and put your hurricane shutters up. The offer with that is a pre-wash. A post-wash after the hurricane shutters are taken down. So that's been blowing up very quickly,
That is an amazing
and
service.
it's been nice. Yes, yeah.
Wow.
I saw the mark. Yeah, I saw the opening in the market with it as I was talking to my customers, and when I would see their eyes whenever that they'd say the hurricane's coming, I'm like, okay, how can we help you and take care of you and service you to where it's the way I look at it is if my grandma was in that house in Siesta and the hurricane was coming, I know she's not going to put her hurricane shutters up and be able to clean it after and find the people to do it. So, yeah, we have a very select few customers that we allow on that list. It's relationship wise, and we take care of them, and it's more of a route system. Yeah, but we're hoping to build that customer list up to 350 within the next 3 months. Labor wise, just seeing how that goes, because I'm not from Florida, I'm from Virginia, so this hurricane wildness is very, very new to me, and I'm just trying to learn how to gauge it and how to navigate through it. But that's been another big service of ours too. And the monthly subscriptions for so the subscriptions are for the full house wash roof wash, and everything on the exterior of your home. This price is based off square footage of your house and the square footage of the cleaning on the exterior. And then we give you a very low, and I mean low, monthly rate compared to the one and dones that, let's just give an example, say a 1,500 square foot house for a roof wash, house wash, driveway cleaning, back, full fence, full screening, you're looking at close to upwards of $1,200 to $1,400 for a cleaning. And with the subscription fee for a 1,500 square foot house, we're looking at about $600 to $800 a year, depending on a couple of negating factors. So we're able to save the customers a lot of money. We're able to be there consistently. They see us every 3 months, every 6 months, and the relationship on that aspect is just with the customers I've seen just in the short amount of time that we've had the business, is that it's just about showing up, and then next thing you know, you're moving pots for, and you're doing something that's just not out of the pressure washing agenda, but that's what I'm about. Is I just want to have a good relationship with our customers, and I'm not just a one and done. I'm here. You can call me personally at any time, and that's just where we're at.
I love it. I love everything that you just said. That was so amazing. Subscription-based services is definitely ideal. We have that with our AC company. They come out twice a year. It's like out of sight, out of mind. You don't have to worry about it. And I love the connection of, building that relationship with people. So it's not just a one and done. It's not like, hey, Betty, bye, Betty. It's, no, Betty, I'm here and I want to be here for the longevity of the time that you live here. So what part of Virginia are you actually from? I have family in Virginia.
I'm from Southwest Virginia. It's called Bluefield, Virginia. We're about an hour away from Blacksburg.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So that's where I got my degree from. That's where I lived at. I lived there for 18 years of my life, right in the mountains. We own a big piece of property, a big farm down there. It's God's country. That's what I call it. And
it sure is.
just kind of had to move out of.
So what sort of natural disasters do you guys normally have besides, occasionally a hurricane that makes its way up into the Carolinas and Virginia area? Do you guys usually have a lot of like mudslide type stuff, or like what's going on? What's the con to living in the Carolinas and the Virginia area?
Weather-wise, there's not a lot. There's not a lot of, I mean, basically so I'm in Bluefield, Virginia area that I was talking about. We're in a valley, right? So any tornado or any hurricane that wants to try to get past those mountains, good luck. Have a good time with that. It's just not happening. Those mountains protect us so well. The biggest thing that I've ever heard of as a disaster would be like maybe 10 inches of snow, 8 inches of snow. I mean, it's you have all 4 seasons there, obviously, and just snow, and it's where the incline of the roadways and it's so steep. The only thing that you're really dealing with is just snowfall and getting around during snowfall. But other than that, I mean, they call it God's country for a reason. It is beautiful there, and I'd love to still call it home, but my population of my hometown was like 1,200 people, and there was just really, I was a coal miner a little bit of time, and didn't want to be 3,000 feet underground anymore. I wanted to come down to start making some money.
That makes sense. So how's it been like adjusting to the Florida climate?
Holy crap. It's like, I mean, you can't really put words to it, to be honest with you. The humidity was the shock for me. The summer, it was the first couple summers. I've only been here for probably going on 3 years, and it's the first couple of summers. It was. Everybody knows how it is down here. It's not a joke, and
it's not.
And like, and especially in our business, right, in pressure washing, like in that, when I was doing the pressure washing, it's like you're out in it and the water cools you down a little bit, but guys here, like when I have my guys, like it's long sleeves, it's no joke. You're out here, you're hydrated. Your water is your lifeline, and your little electrolyte packets, and yeah. But I'm blessed to be out here. I mean, the way I tell my guys is, I was like, man, we have the best scenery to work at. We're on the #1 country. Like, I mean, we have nothing to complain about. It's when you're going to work and you're sitting at the beach in the country and it's 90 degrees outside and you're shooting up. I mean, we have nothing to complain about. We are very blessed.
I feel the same. You know, it's one thing that you give up having seasons, but being able to live 365 days out of the year and not have to do much as far as enjoying your day. You want
But
to get out and go fishing for the day, it's right there. You know, if you want to go out, you want to play on the water, it's always going to be there for you, whatever time of year. It is such a beautiful place to live. But yeah, there is a reason why we have a lot of seasonal residents here, and it's because a lot of people can't take the heat, man. It's like you walk outside
yeah,
and it's like, you know, it's just already on you. You're just already sweating before you
mhm,
even get to the car. And you know, a lot of us say it
yeah,
keeps us young and healthy because it works as like a lotion. So, you know, just gotta keep us moisturized out there. Well, thank you so much, Zach. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all that you do for our communities, and I'm very excited to work with you from here on out. Telling you about not only, you know, those that are watching this, but you know, to all of my buyers and sellers that are, you know, might not be here full time as well, and would love to have your services just to give them that peace of mind. So I do appreciate you reaching out.
yes, ma'am.
I look forward to all the things that we can build together, and hopefully we can connect again soon. So we'll see you hopefully in the
Yes,
office,
ma'am.
because I do have you set up with some contacts to bring you into our office and meet other agents as well. So thank you so much for your time. Is there anything else that you would like to leave? A little bit of information, or did we cover most of it?
No, ma'am. No, I'm all good. If anybody just obviously our Facebook page, we're very interactive with our social media. We get a lot of good hits on our Facebook videos. I'm a big marketing guy. I believe in the pressure washing video and the shorts and the reels and that avenue. And if anybody'd like to reach us, just contact us on there.
Yes.
Uh,
And
I
you'll
don't
find them at
know.
the Southwest Sharks. So Southwest Sharks,
Yes,
they're on Facebook. They're, I believe, on Instagram as well. I think I followed you yesterday on all your social
yep.
media platforms.
Yep,
So
we're also on TikTok too. We're also
beautiful.
we're also on TikTok.
Beautiful.
Yes,
Perfect.
ma'am.
So all the avenues, everybody, go reach out to them. You're gonna be paired up with some fabulous vendors that are in this area. So if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, follow us, and we'll keep it happening every Saturday here at Shop and Agent. So thank you, Zachary. I appreciate all your time.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.